Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, NFL fans around the world. It is your DOUG here for his Week 2 NFL predictions. Now, in Week 1, I went 12-4. That's a damn good record. Now, before we go on to Week 2, let's talk about each game individually, and I will hand out my awards to the players when we get to the games. First up, the Broncos destroyed the Ravens 49-27. Peyton Manning was in beast mode that night, had 7 touchdown passes. So congratulations to the Broncos on that. And by the way, Peyton Manning, without a shadow of a doubt, is your NFL Week 1 Player of the Week. Also, now on Sunday, we had a lot of great games. A lot of games were close, some were not. So let's go over them as well. The Miami Dolphins beat the Cleveland Browns 23-10. It started as a pretty good game, but somewhere around the fourth, Dolphins just showed why Cleveland's Cleveland. Next, the Lions beat the Vikings 34-24. Reggie Bush actually played better than Adrian Peterson. That was a surprise. To some extent, you could say the Vikings lost because of their quarterback. We shall see if the Vikings can turn it around in Week 2. Colts barely get by the Raiders, 21-17. Raiders almost had the upset win going. Colts were able to bounce back, though, and win this game. Congratulations to the Colts and Raiders. You actually looked pretty good in that loss. So if you keep, I maybe will go to my word saying you were a joke this year. The Chiefs defeated the Jaguars 28-2. It's the fucking Jaguars. What can you say? It's the Jaguars. And the three-ring circus game of the week, the Jets beat the Buccaneers 18-17. Okay, yeah, I know it's a win's a win. I do believe that, and this was a win-win. But that game, it felt like I was watching a three-ring circus. Okay, a lot of us joke about the Jets, it's like a three-ring circus. This game just acted like it was a three-ring circus in the middle on the freaking football field. Jets, congratulations on the win. You did surprise me on that one, giving me one of my 4 losses of the day. But I don't know if you can do it Thursday. We shall see. Saints beat the Falcons 23-17. Very good matchup. I hope the rematch later this year is just as exciting. In the train wreck game of the week, the Tennessee Titans defeated the Steelers 16-9. Pittsburgh, I was shocked on how you guys played. I was shocked. I mean, that was, excluding the 2 points you got in the first quarter, which was a gift. You didn't get a touchdown until near the end of the game, and by then it was too little too late. And the reason I call this the train wreck game, and this is more of the Steelers, because you can't watch, but you can look away. It was one of those games where you just couldn't believe the Steelers were playing that bad. Now, hopefully, this is just a one-time thing. I don't know. I mean, I was shocked to see how bad they were. I mean, I remember the old days when they were a good rival against Dallas, but this was a shocker to me. Also, Bears made the comeback one and beat the Bengals 24-21. Another great game. A lot of games are close. Most of the games this week were close. So good job to the Bears on the win. Bengals, you did look good in that loss a bit. I mean, you did lose it in the fourth, but you guys do play on Monday night against the Steelers. So let's see what happens there. Seahawks made the comeback and beat the Panthers 12-7. That game, it looked sloppy for the Seahawks, offensively and all that. Panthers, you really, excluding that touchdown you guys got, you really didn't look that great either. But a win's a win, though. So congratulations to the Seahawks. Patriots get by the Bills 23-21. I think this one probably surprised a lot of people. I think a lot of people, and I'll include myself on this, I was expecting the Patriots to blow them out of the water. But that did not happen. So the question is this, and were the Bills just that good, or were the Patriots just, missing their key players? We shall see when they play the Jets on Thursday. Patriots, good win, but if you guys play like that, though, the rest of the year, it may be hard for you guys to get to the playoffs. Next, the controversy. some reason I always feel like I'm bringing up controversy, at least when it comes to the Packers for some reason. 49ers beat the Green Bay Packers 34-28, but it was at 3rd and 6 that a lot of fans are questioning. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you know what I mean. Kaepernick did get, that late hit on Kaepernick, but then one of the 49ers got into a brawl with a Packers fan. 2 flags happened. The flags canceled each other out. That was correct. But even the NFL referees, after the game, said we messed up. It should have never been a 3rd and 6. It should have been a 4th and 2. Okay, you could technically say, alright, I know some people are like, well, the Niners still would have won though. I mean, they would have went for the 3 points, and it would have only been, not as the win was now, 34-28. I understand where some fans are coming from on that, and I understand that argument, but I also will say this as well. We don't know, let's say if it would have been if they would have called it right and went 4th and 2, you could say, maybe the Niners missed the 3 points, or they go for the touchdown on 4th and 2 and miss it. That's the kind of things. That's the devil's advocate thing on that one. But again, Niners win. I know Packer fans are upset. I know they're probably calling controversial, which I kind of do. I do understand where they're coming from on that a bit. Let's see if the Packers can make it up in week 2, and we'll see what happens. Next, Rams beat the Cardinals 27-24 in what was a comeback win for the Rams. They had to come back and win it in the 4th. Great game for them as well. Next, my Cowboys finally get over the hump and beat the Giants at home 36-31. Yes, Giants did have 6 turnovers, but it is Eli Manning. He did keep them in the game. Dallas defensively, they did a great job. Defense is why Dallas won that game. I don't care what any other Cowboy fan says. We didn't win because of offense on that night. Hopefully, Cowboys, you got the Chiefs this week. Hopefully, you can turn it around. The offense can start picking up. Again, though, 5-point win. I'll gladly take that any day of the week. Next, one of the 2 Monday night games. The Eagles beat the Redskins 33-27. Eagles, after that touchdown by the Redskin defense, Eagles just woke the hell up and said, F this. They went into freaking hardcore mode and just destroyed the Redskins. I mean, in the second half, the Redskins' ring rush was, football rush was gone a bit from RG3, but he didn't look impressive in that first half. Maybe if the Redskins would have played RG3 in the preseason, maybe the Redskins would have won that game. I don't know. Now, the Redskins do play the Packers this week. It will be interesting to see if that rust is still there. We shall see. And, of course, in the other Monday night game, unless you went to bed early, the Houston Texans made the comeback and won 31-28 and what was a great game. Oh, if you went to bed and you didn't watch it, or you tuned out early saying, San Diego's got this, you missed a great comeback. One of the best comeback ones I've seen on Monday night in a long, long time. So congratulations to them. So 12-4, not bad. Now let's see how week 2 goes, shall we? The first game, it is the New England Patriots taking on the Jets. The Patriots at home this week. I'm going to take the Patriots on this one. It's hard to bet against Tom Brady at home. I think overall they're definitely better. And in the last 3 meetings, the Patriots have won all 3 meetings. So let's see if they can keep that up. Patriots should win this one. Next, the Rams travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Rams are coming in here as the 1-0 team. Of course, the last time these 2 teams played, which was in 2010, the Falcons won 34-17. I'm taking the Falcons on this one. I think they'll bounce back after the loss against the Saints. Next, we have the San Diego Chargers coming off that heartbreaking loss, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. The last time these 2 teams met was back in 2009. The Chargers won that game 31-23. You know what, though? I'm taking the Eagles in this one. The Eagles looked better on the Monday night game out of the 2. If the Eagles keep up what they did on Monday, Eagles are going to be a very hard team to deal with in the NFC. Next, well, this shouldn't surprise anybody who I'm taking on this one. I'm taking the Cowboys to beat the Chiefs. Of course, the last time these two teams met was back in 2009. The Cowboys won that game 26-20. Both teams are 1-0. I know some fans are going to take the Chiefs, but I'm just going to throw this question out there. Are you taking the Chiefs because you don't like the Cowboys, or are you taking the Chiefs because of what they did to the Jaguars? Let me reiterate, it's the Jaguars. I'm sure everybody could have done that. Next, the Dolphins take on the Colts. I'm taking the Colts on this one. Dolphins, yes, you did look good in that win, but it was against the Browns. So, and hopefully it should be an interesting game, but I think Colts pull out the win. Next, Titans taking on the Texans. A little bit of a rivalry, mostly because of the fact, of course, the divisional. But let's remember, when the Oilers used to be around, they were in Houston before they moved to Tennessee. So it should be interesting to see what happens there. I mean, this is one of those great rivalries that don't get talked about a lot. I'm taking the Texans at home. If they made the comeback win. Titans, defensively, I like you guys, but offensively, I don't. Next, Redskins taking on the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to take the Packers at home on this one. I have a very hard time thinking that RG3 can beat Aaron Rodgers on this one. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to, the quarterbacks. And I got to go with Aaron Rodgers on that one. Next, Ravens taking on the Browns. Ravens, it's the Browns, people. Baltimore wins this one. Next, Panthers taking on the Bills, which I think has a potential to be a great game. Both teams played very well against each other. Played well in Week 1. The last time these two teams met was back in 2009, where the Bills won 20-9. That was then, though. This is now. I think Cam Newton's going to have a very good game this week. So if you got Cam Newton, you may want to play him this week. Next, the Bears take on the Vikings in Chicago. I'm taking the Bears on this one. It's not because of the rushing Vikings. I don't trust your quarterback. I trust the Bears quarterback, Jay Cutler, a little bit more. So I got the Bears on that one. Next, the New Orleans Saints take on the Buccaneers. I'm taking the Saints, guys. Buccaneers kind of didn't look that great in the they looked like they made a lot of mental mistakes in that game against the Jets. Drew Brees and the rest of the Saints will most likely catch them if they do that again. So yeah, most likely if you have Drew Brees, play him this week in fantasy. Next, Lions take on the Arizona Cardinals. I'm taking the Lions on this one. Now just to know, last year though, when these two teams played, Cardinals won 38-10. I don't think that's going to be the same case this time though. Lions for the win. Next, the loser bowl. The winner of this game will most likely not get the first pick in the draft. The loser will most likely get the first pick in the draft. I'm taking the Raiders on this one. Jaguars. I mean, come on, people. It's the Jaguars. They're the worst offensive team this year. Alright? I'm sorry. They're the worst in passing. They're decent at rushing, but I'm taking the Raiders on this one. No contest. Next, Manning Bowl. Broncos taking on the Giants. I'm taking the Broncos on this one. After what happened in Week 1, Broncos destroyed the Ravens. Giants, they need a running back badly. So yeah, taking the Broncos on this one. By the way, the last time these two teams faced off 2009, Broncos won 26-6 in that one. On the Sunday night game, we got the 49ers taking on the Seahawks in what's becoming a great rivalry. Last time these two teams met, Seahawks won that game 42-13. One of the main reasons why Seahawks were able to get into the playoffs last year. I'm taking the Seahawks at home on this one. It's going to be very interesting. Both teams have a similar style on offense a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see which one comes out. But I'm taking the Seahawks on this one. Monday night game, we got the Bengals taking on the Steelers. Both teams looking for a win after heartbreaking losses, respectively. I'm I'm going to take the Bengals on this one, mostly because of Steelers offensively. You are only better than the Jaguars, and you were very bad in rushing in week 1 as well. It's going to come down to passing, I believe, in this game. And if the Steelers play like they did in week 1, Andy Dalton should have a good game. So I got the Bengals on that one. So just as a recap, I have Patriots, Falcons, Eagles, Cowboys, Colts, the Texans, Packers, Ravens, Panthers, the Bears, Saints, Lions, Raiders, the Denver Broncos, the Seahawks, and the Cincinnati Bengals getting a W in week 2. Let me know what you think of my picks. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think any of those will come back to bite me? I want to know your opinions. Good luck to your teams in week 2, and I will see you for either week 3 next week, or I will see you for WWE Night of Champions pay-per-view picks. Later, guys. Woo!